Alright, yo, what's up, guys? So, I haven't made a video in quite some time. Probably been like a few weeks or so. But, I apologize. I was been away. I'm actually going back home from my trip right now. I got into some other things, and I've just been busy. And I kind of just didn't put any attention into it. But I wanted to go ahead and make this video considering that I'm driving like 50 miles straight and I just am staying in the same lane for the entire time. There was something really important that I wanted to bring up, and this was happening from a conversation that I had with a friend of mine about NoFap, right? So currently I don't count the days, but I am definitely over the 60-day mark, probably even over the 65-day mark. But maybe if we look back to when I was on that 45-day shoot, we could figure it out. But it's definitely different. There's definitely like another level when you pass that 60-day mark. I've been feeling really, really good. I don't really get that much urges to watch stuff. I don't really get the urge to do much. A lot of my urges have been transmuted into wanting to better my passions, better my career, as well as improve my relationships. And the one thing that I'm really seeing crystal clear is the lack of social anxiety. I truly feel that I can be myself, even around my family, around with girls. I feel like I can just express who I am without thinking about it or trying. And I feel a lot less worried whenever I go into a social interaction, which is great because that improves the quality of my life. And I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased to have gotten this far, and I really do feel strong. But, of course, if you saw the title of this video, we're going to talk about actually like the actual act, right? Like with a real life girl and dating and putting yourself out there, okay? Now, there's a lot of people in the NoFap community, the retention community, that talk about, you need to really focus on yourself and you need to improve yourself in order to get more girls and to better your life and stuff. And then at some point, there even might be the line drawn of you shouldn't really care about girls at all. And I think for the most part, having that attitude is correct, because you need to have that abundance mindset. If you're talking to a couple girls or whatever, and all of a sudden it all falls through, you can't get upset. You can't get mad. You can't let your emotions be tapped into because of somebody else that you just recently met, okay? That's not a good place to be. What is a good place to be is to have an abundant mindset. And we kind of talk about, retention, right? Like, we talk about the idea that we need to hold our seed. So what's the difference between actually doing the deed with another human being or doing it with ourselves? Well, when we do it with ourselves, it's quite an easy way to just kind of surpass the urges that we have, if that makes sense. You just do it, and that's it. But if you want to do it with somebody else, firstly, you need to have your shit together. Because if you don't have your shit together, then nobody of quality is going to really want you. And you're also not really going to want yourself either. You're not going to have that much confidence. But there is something different between the two. You have to actually put effort into conversation, and you have to be aware of just how female nature is and just like how women are. And you can't get mad. You can't get mad at it. You can't get angry because of it. That's kind of the problem that I have with the whole, like, I've retained for 300 days. You mean no girl wants you? Come on. If some hot chick was trying to hook up with you, oh no, I'm retaining. Like, I will say for a small percentage of people, that might be something of value. Okay? If you're someone who, like, damn, I have a lot of, like, I do the deed a lot. especially with a lot of girls, and I need to slow this down. Just like how somebody who has like a PMO problem would, right? Like, oh, I'm doing this too much, I need to slow down. With anything, it's of course moderation. So if you're doing the deed like 4 different times, if you're doing the deed like every single day, and it's starting to just be draining, and you're spending a majority of your time with women, and you're not pursuing your purpose because you're losing out on time, well then that isn't really so productive now, is it? Okay, so now that is the case where you might say, okay, well, I need to go on retention. But for a lot of you guys are trying to do NoFap. Mostly the intention is to get girls, but then you guys kind of switched your intention to self-improvement, which is great, but I don't want you guys to focus on self-improvement and then not have fucking fun, okay? Dating is fun. When you're not a needy little bitch, and you're not like all wrapped up in your head and your own fantasies, and you're just out there dating and being present, it's so much fun. It's a great time gaming with girls and just having fun and doing your thing, okay? It's fun. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think there's a lot of you guys out there who are great guys, probably good looking, exercise regularly, puts effort into their career, but just don't give yourself the permission to like talk to a girl, ask out a girl. Like you feel like you maybe shouldn't do it, or you shouldn't ask out that girl because you're trying to retain and all that. And it's almost like you're not really an incel, but you're almost like a volcel, like a voluntary celibate. It's like you are kind of taking the moral high ground from saying that, oh, I will not be, like girls are a waste of time, women are a waste of time. Listen, you do a lot of shit that's a waste of time. You're probably wasting time right now watching this fucking video, and you're probably wasting a lot of time when you're on YouTube and stuff. But why do you do it? Because it's fun, and you want to have a good time outside of the time that you work. Okay? Life isn't all just about work. You can work Monday through Thursday and get your shit done. Friday, you can take like a half day, or whatever, Saturday, a half day, too. And then go get a fucking drink with somebody on a Friday night, and you spend like 4 hours with them. That's not going to be bad for you. In fact, it's probably going to be better for you, because you're actually going to feel more recharged and ready to go. I think the big problem is that we just don't give ourselves the permission to just put ourselves out there and see what happens, right? So like, I'll give you an example. You know, I've been kind of trying to put myself out there more, and that involves approaching. And I used to do approaching a lot, especially back when I lived in where I used to live. And ever since I moved, I kind of just been focused on just settling where I am, and I've been doing that for quite some time now, and I'm ready to put myself out there again. And I saw some chick at the beach. I saw her keep looking at me, so I went up to her and I started just talking to her. I literally said something stupid, like, she was like right sitting by the water, and I was like, you know, the water is going to come wash over you, right? Like, I didn't think about that. Like, I literally just was like, go make the approach. And you know what? I've made approaches before where I make the approach and I literally don't say anything because I literally just trip over my words. But in order for me to actually get to the point where I'm better at interacting with people, I need to go through that initial failure. And don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to make an approach, and then like maybe you study over your words, or maybe you make some mistakes, or maybe she's just not that into you. And you know what's going to happen is you're going to feel like you got some hair on your balls. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel proud that you actually went out there and you fucking put yourself out there. That feeling is better than actually going on and, you know, like busting your nut, right? There's more to it than just busting your nut. Like, it's about like having fun. Like, take a girl to the park, take a girl to go bowling, just go hang out with them, just talk with them over text, add them on Snapchat and have fun. Just talk to them, you know. Maybe don't be a fucking goofball like you would with your friend. You know, you're gonna talk to a girl that you're trying to date a lot differently than you would, let's say, like your guy friend. And you know, that's where game comes in, and that's, you know, great to learn and stuff. But a lot of you guys are probably already watching like Todd Valentine, RSD. You're probably watching dating videos, maybe like Steph is Cold, AMS. You're watching all this dating stuff, but you're not actually putting yourself out there to have the conversation. And I can promise you, the more you put yourself out there in the field, the better that you're going to get at just interacting with people in general. And not only is you improving your social skills with women, that's also going to help your career. That's going to help your ability to talk to potential business opportunities, or to close deals in your business, or to get the promotion at work, or just have an easier time with interactions in general. You know, there's so many people that just get so overwrapped in their emotions when it comes to people, and they create these like strange ideologies and fantasies of people, and they put these people into different categories and identifications. Guys, stop judging people. Stop judging girls for belonging to the streets and dating multiple girls, and stop judging people for, you know, maybe not doing the right thing all the time. You know, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, and nobody's perfect. As soon as you remove that judgment and you stop judging people, and you're just a good person overall, and what I mean by a good person is you're not like overly nice, you're just a good person. You ask how people's day are, you genuinely try to listen to them, you genuinely try to show interest in people's like day, more than just like, I want to F you. You know, sometimes that stuff can work, and sometimes there's a time and place to say those kind of raunchy things. But what I am saying is, what I want you guys to do is use NoFap as a tool to not only improve yourself, but to relax that hypersensitivity. Stop thinking so much about, you know, sex with girls, and think more about just the conversation. Be totally fine with going out and hanging out with a girl, and you guys literally do nothing. That doesn't mean that you can't try. Don't get friend zoned, and you know when you get friend zoned. I mean, like, just go and like, you know when a girl is like actually interested in you in dating. Like, if you've been hanging out with some girl like for fucking years and you're not really getting anything out of it, then bro, you're friend zoned. But going out on a date with a girl, you're not gonna know if you're friend zoned until like way deeper into the relationship. Like, you're gonna go on maybe like your third date, and she starts like talking about other guys or something. That's when you know you're friend zoned. But it's pretty hard to get friend zoned when you're on NoFap. It's really fucking difficult to get friend zoned when you're on NoFap, because you're just so much in your masculine energy that it's difficult to act like a goofball. It really is. It really is. And I think the thing is too is that's kind of like that's the better way to go about it. I mean, that's how you win at NoFap, is you finally break through and you get into relationships, whether that's a monogamous relationship with one person, but it's under your state of mind and they're following your lead, or maybe you have a rotation, or maybe you just casually date. Okay? All of that stuff is totally fine for you to do. Give yourself permission to do that. Give yourself permission to talk to the girl at the grocery store, even if it's about fucking nothing. Even if you just go and high five them. I don't care. Just do something. Start living your life. I mean, one day you're going to be older and you're going to be like, fuck, I really wish I did it. And that's going to be a terrible feeling. It's just all in your head. All that fear and all that irrationality of like people are judging you, blah, blah, blah. It's all BS. It's all a bunch of BS. Okay? If you're a guy who's working out, focused on their career a little bit, you know, even if you're not totally 150 grand a year, listen, you can get with girls if you're broke. You can get with girls if you have no life. If you just know, if you're just really in that masculine energy, which is a result of NoFap. That's what NoFap does. So you can use that to eventually, that's how you quit the fapping, is you will ultimately be able to just do it with a partner. And maybe you can do it with partners that are like under control, like they're good people, right? Like maybe you date people that have their own business, or they have their own career, and you guys can like share ideas, and that's how you build and grow as a human being and as an individual, is you meet with people, and you know, maybe you do kind of bust some nuts here and there, and that stuff's fun, man. Like, don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And what will happen is, if you start doing that, you're not even going to want to do it by yourself. You're not going to do PMO because you don't even want to anymore. It's not nearly as good as the real thing. It's not nearly as fun, you know? So that's basically what I wanted to do with the video today. You know, I'm getting home. Probably going to upload this a little bit later today. And, you know, overall, we're feeling good, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know how you're doing down below, and let's see what happens as we move forward in life. And, you know, if you guys want to see a little bit more game stuff, as far as, like, some of the more nuanced things and details of, like, interacting with girls, common situations you're going to get, how to ask them out, just go ahead and leave a comment down below, and that's definitely something that I can talk about. But for now, I'm going to finish up this 9-hour drive. I hope you guys are doing well, and take care.